Hello, mathematicians. Today we're going to look at solving compound inequalities. Compound inequalities are when we are given two inequalities together. So we are going to have to graph both of them and figure out some things based off of the graph. And the first type we're going to look at are intersection. These are what we call and inequalities. This is where the graphs will cross. So I'm going to graph both of them and I'm going to see where do they overlap. That is the solution. So it has to meet both pieces, this one and this one. So when I do this, right now I already have these solved. So I'm going to make one number line. And here, since a is by itself, I don't need to solve anything. I'm going to put both -5 and 0 on. These are the two pieces I am looking at. So let's graph this one on the top. A is greater than -5. So I'm just going to graph it up here, right above 5. What type of circle should I have? Open, because there's no equal sign. And if it is A is greater than -5, which way would you shade? To the right. Right below that, we're going to graph this one. A is less than 0. So above 0, what should we put? What type of circle? Open. There is no equal sign. Now this is A is less than 0, so we will shade left. It must meet this and this. So where on your graph are both pieces? A is greater than 5 and A is less than 0. Right here. This is the spot they overlap. I have to have both parts there because it is this one and this one. So on my final answer, I'm going to bring down my opens and open. And I shaded where did they overlap? In the middle. So graph your first one, graph your second, and since it was an and this, I have to look where on the graph do I have this and this in the middle. This would be your final answer. All right. Try doing this one on your own. P is less than or equal to 6 and P is greater than or equal to 2. Let's see how you did. On my number line, which values will I have? 2 and 6. Let's do the P is less than or equal to 6 on top. What type of circle would we have at 6? Closed. So right above 6, I put closed. P is less than or equal to, so which way do I go? Left. Now let's do P is greater than or equal to 2. So above 2, what type of circle? Closed. P is greater than, so which way? To the right. Since it is P is less than or equal to 6 and P is greater than or equal to 2, where do both pieces overlap? Where are both pieces present? In between. So I'm going to come down. I'm going to put what type of circle here? Closed. I'm going to drop this one down. And where is my final answer shaded? In the middle, where both of those are. Let's look at number 3. What do we have to do first on number 3? Solve them. Solve both pieces. So how do I get y by itself? Add 3. And what I do on one side? Must do the other. So here our inequality is y is greater than or equal to -9. And so I'm going to look at where both graphs are at. What am I going to do to solve for y? Add 3. Add 3. Y is less than or equal to -5. If I were to graph these, what two numbers need to be on my number line? -9 and -5. What type of circle should I put above -9? Closed. because of the equal sign. Y is greater than negative 9, so which way? Greater than is always to the right. And y is less than or equal to negative 5. So above negative 5, which type of circle? Closed. Why a closed circle? It's an equal sign. Negative 5 is included. Now it's y is less than or equal to, so which way? To the left. It is this and that. So where are both of those located? In between. Bring down my closed. Bring down my closed. Shade in between. This would be our final answer. Where are both graphs in the middle? They overlap. This next one is a two-part inequality. There are two inequalities that are hidden here. The first one is right here. 6 is less than or equal to r plus 7. Now, r plus 7 also goes with the 10. So my second inequality is r plus 7 less than 10. So the middle part goes with both the left and the right. Go ahead, solve, and graph. Let's see how you did. On our first one, what did you do on both sides? Minus 7, minus 7. R is greater than or equal to negative 1. And over here, what did you do? Minus 7, minus 7. R is less than 3. So for my answer, I'm going to put those back. I'm going to go back down to 1r. R is less than 3. And R is greater than or equal to negative 1. When you graphed these, what type of circle did you have on 3? Open. It doesn't include 3 with the equal sign. If R is less than 3, which way? To the left. Which type of circle do you have on negative 1? An equals. So closed. R is greater than, so we shade to the right. This is an and. It must be this and that. So where are both graphs overlapping? Right here in the middle. Bring down the closed. And this time, what did you bring down on the 3? An open circle. Bring down that open circle. And where will you shade for your final answer? In between. Graph both pieces. Find where they overlap if it is an and. Both must be present for an and. The next type of graph we are going to look at is unions. And this means both graphs are represented. These are what we call OR inequalities. It can be this or that. Right? So it does not have to be where they overlap. Both will be included in all of them. So here, what do you have to do? Get A by itself. And to do that, minus 1, minus 1. A is less than 3. Or, now I'm going to look at this one over here separately. What will you do on both sides? Add 1, add 1. A is greater than or equal to 4. So when I graph these, I have 3 and 4 on my number line. Let's graph this one above. What type of circle on 3? Open. Less than is shaded left. Here, what type of circle on 4? Closed. A is greater than or equal to, so it shades right. I'm not looking for overlap. I'm looking to put both pieces. Both graphs are going to be represented. both of these need to be on my number line. So I'm going to bring these down. There's this one. There's this one. Here is when it is either this or this. Both pieces are represented on the graph. Go ahead and try this one on your own. Let's see how you did. Over here, the first thing we have to do is solve for r. So your first step, minus 1, minus 1. 3r less than 12. Or, meaning it can be one or the other. Over here, what did you do first? Minus 1, minus 1. R is less than or equal to 1. Oh, what did we forget to do here? Divide by 3. R is less than 4. Much better. When you graphed these, what numbers went on your number line? 4 and 1. And put them in the right order. Let's graph r is less than 4. Where does that go? What type of circle? Open, shaded, left. R is less than or equal to 1. What type of circle? Closed, shaded, left. So both of these can be on the graph. Now what is going to happen? This graph is going to overlap this one. So this part is actually going to be included up here. So I'm going to bring these down, open, shaded left, and now I already have this part of the graph here. So I don't have to actually put this back on. You don't need to bring down the closed circle. It's already here by the shaded. So it can be less than 1 or it can be less than 4. Nice job today, mathematicians.